Imagine this: a wall of fire racing toward your home. The sky is darkened by thick, choking smoke, and the air is filled with the acrid smell of burning wood and vegetation. You can hear the crackling of the flames as they consume everything in their path, and the distant wail of sirens as emergency services rush to the scene. At 100 miles per hour, the speed and ferocity of these fires are unimaginable, turning serene landscapes into blazing infernos in mere moments. This isn't a scene from a movie, this is real life. This is the terrifying reality that thousands of Americans face every year, especially those living in fire-prone areas like California. It's the reality for thousands of Americans every year. Families are forced to evacuate, leaving behind their homes and possessions, not knowing if they will have anything to return to. Welcome to the Los Angeles wildfires, a phenomenon that has become all too common in recent years. These fires are not just a natural disaster, they are a testament to the growing impact of climate change and human activity on our environment, one of the most devastating forces of nature on Earth. The destruction they leave in their wake is almost unimaginable, with entire communities reduced to ashes and natural landscapes scarred for years to come. But why can't we stop them? Despite the best efforts of firefighters and emergency services, these wildfires continue to rage, growing more intense and frequent with each passing year. California's wildfires are getting worse every year. In 2023 alone, the state has seen some of the most destructive fires in its history. Over insert number acres burned, leaving behind a charred and desolate landscape that will take years, if not decades, to recover. And insert number homes were destroyed. Entire neighborhoods have been wiped out, leaving countless families homeless and communities in ruins. But here's the shocking truth. These fires are not just a result of natural factors. Human activity, climate change, and poor land management practices have all contributed to the increasing frequency and intensity of wildfires. Climate change is turning California into a tinderbox. Hotter temperatures, drier air, and stronger winds create the perfect conditions for wildfires to ignite and spread rapidly. It's the perfect recipe for disaster. The combination of these factors means that once a fire starts, it can quickly become uncontrollable. Speaking of winds, let's talk about one of the most notorious contributors to the spread of wildfires in California. Meet the Santa Ana winds, the fire's best friend. These dry, powerful gusts can turn a small spark into a raging inferno in a matter of minutes, can spread flames faster than you can imagine, making it nearly impossible for firefighters to keep up. The winds can carry embers for miles, igniting new fires far from the original blaze, making it nearly impossible for firefighters to keep up. The relentless winds and dry conditions create a perfect storm that even the most experienced firefighting teams struggle to combat. So why don't we just use ocean water to put out the fires? Sounds simple, right? But here's the problem. Using ocean water is not as straightforward as it seems. Ocean water is salt water, and while it might seem like an abundant resource, it comes with its own set of challenges. And using it could destroy the soil, harm wildlife, and make the land unusable for years. The salt in the water can have devastating effects on the environment, making it a less viable option for firefighting, and make the land unusable for years. The long-term environmental impact of using salt water could be just as damaging as the fires themselves. Plus, pumping it inland is a logistical nightmare. The infrastructure required to transport large quantities of ocean water to inland fire sites is complex and costly. Think about it. While the ocean is just miles away, the challenges of using its water are immense. We're fighting fires with limited resources, and the brave men and women on the front lines are often stretched to their limits. While the ocean just miles away holds billions of gallons of water we can't even use. It's a frustrating paradox that highlights the complexity of the wildfire crisis. Holds billions of gallons of water we can't even use. The irony is not lost on those who are battling these blazes day in and day out. It's a heartbreaking paradox. The real tragedy, the human cost. Families losing their homes, communities torn apart, and lives forever changed. But there's hope. From better forest management to advanced fire detection technology, we're finding ways to fight back. The real tragedy, the human cost. Families losing their homes, communities torn apart, and lives forever changed. But there's hope. From better forest management to advanced fire detection technology, we're finding ways to fight back. To advanced fire detection technology, we're finding ways to fight back. Controlled burns, better land management practices, and early detection systems are all part of the solution. We are finding ways to fight back. These technologies and practices can help us detect fires earlier, manage our forests better, and ultimately reduce the impact of these devastating events. Wildfires aren't just a California problem, they're a human problem. As our climate continues to change, wildfires are becoming more common in other parts of the world as well, and it's up to all of us to find solutions. What do you think? Should we invest more in fire prevention? Or is there a better way to use the resources we have? Should we invest more in fire prevention? Community fire safety programs, better building codes, and public awareness campaigns can all play a role in reducing the risk of wildfires. Or is there a better way to use the resources we have? Innovations in firefighting techniques and resource management could provide new ways to tackle this growing problem. Let us know in the comments below. Your thoughts and ideas could help shape the future of wildfire prevention and management. And if you found this video eye-opening, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Your support helps us continue to bring you important stories like this one. And ring the bell so you never miss an update. Together we can turn the tide against wildfires. Stay safe, everyone. Together we can turn the tide against wildfires. Stay safe, everyone. Remember, every small action counts, and together we can make a difference.